Rexton is represented by one modification, a 5-door station wagon, the body of which, like that of classic SUVs, was hoisted onto a powerful spar frame that can withstand increased loads when driving off-road. And experts also praise Rexton for its high passive safety. There are examples when, after an accident, the car could no longer be restored, and its crew remained alive. Koreans have always attracted the attention of motorists due to a good combination of generous equipment and market value. Rexton is no exception. Many cars are well stuffed. You can find leather trim, electric exterior mirrors, door windows, a 3-position memory driver's seat. In the most expensive versions, heated mirrors, seats, windshield brushes, climate control, branded radio, alloy wheels, power steering, ABS, ESP, airbags. Most of the equipment works without problems, although some problems were still identified. See resource and repair. Rexton is designed for gasoline and diesel engines. See table. We have the most common, gasoline, with a volume of 2.3 and 2.8 liters and a solar engine with a volume of 2.7 liters. All these multi-liter units are distinguished by a large fuel appetite, so owners of gasoline versions often install gas balloon equipment. Gas consumption is considerable. For example, a modest engine of 2.3 liters of 15 liters of gas, but the savings are very significant due to the cost of gas. With proper installation of gas equipment, Rexton engines work perfectly on this fuel. The most successful units for this heavy SUV are 2.8-liter gasoline engines and 2.7-liter diesel engines. Engines of 2.3 liters and 2.9 liters are rather weak for an almost 2-ton car, and 3.2 liters are too voracious. In the city, with a quiet ride, it eats about 20 liters per 100. In addition, there are few spare parts for the largest unit in terms of volume. Gasoline turned out to be the most trouble-free. With normal maintenance, more than 400,000 kilometers easily go, and at the same time there are no serious comments on the technical condition. But diesels are very demanding on the quality of diesel fuel. Refueling with low-quality fuel immediately affects their operation and consumption, and over time leads to failure of fuel injectors, which most often have to be changed, one piece, about 3,000 UAH. Failures of the turbine air supply regulator were noted, spare part, about 800 UAH. There are no comments to the fuel pump and turbines. The timing of all units is driven by a reliable metal chain, and the attachment belt needs to be replaced along with the rollers every 80,000 kilometers. Individual ignition coils for gasoline engines also serve without problems. Rexton was equipped with mechanical and automatic gearboxes. Versions with automatic are more common with us. A feature of the manual gearbox is the difficult inclusion of first gear, and this is not a malfunction. For overly active drivers, semi-axle oil seals may leak over time. No typical malfunctions were found in the ACP. The maintenance of both gearboxes consists in regular, every 40,000 kilometers, oil changes. At the same mileage, it is recommended to change the lubricant in the front and rear gearboxes. There are 2 types of Rexton transmission, with the center differential, i.e. permanent all-wheel drive, and with the forcibly connected front axle. With the second type of transmission, driving in all-wheel drive is only allowed on slippery roads or off-road. Otherwise, the hubs of the front wheels fail and require replacement and can break the splines on the front axle shafts, replacement. With frequent off-road driving, problems were noted with the vacuum modulator for connecting the front axle. See weaknesses. Rexton's off-road arsenal is complemented by a reduction gear and a self-locking rear axle differential, offered as an option. In general, this SUV is characterized by high cross-country ability and is able to overcome even difficult off-road conditions. The Rexton chassis is highly energy efficient. It easily swallows even large bumps and is great for off-road driving. At the same time, the smoothness of the ride is unimportant. The car often shakes while driving. Due to the large suspension travels during sudden braking and rebuilding, noticeable pecks and body rolls occur. The front suspension is an independent double wishbone, and the rear suspension is dependent with a powerful solid axle. The chassis turned out to be durable. The ball bearings of the front levers, upper and lower, serve on average about 150,000 kilometers. They are supplied complete with levers and silent blocks. Only the bushings of the front and rear stabilizers go a little, about 30,000 kilometers, and their racks can withstand 100 to 150,000 kilometers. Consumables of the rear axle are considered eternal. Attention should be paid only to the timeliness of servicing the bearings of the rear axle shafts, seat weaknesses, as well as to the axle gearbox. For lovers of aggressive driving, the finger in the differential can get out of its working position and disable the assembly. Rack and pinion steering is equipped with power steering. After 100,000 kilometers, the rack bushing may break, manifested by a knock when driving through bumps. Sometimes the rack seals leak. However, the rail is reparable. Tips and steering rods on average hold almost 150,000 kilometers. The braking system on all versions is equipped with disc mechanisms of the front and rear wheels. In general, there are no comments on the brakes, except for those who rarely use the handbrake. Over time, the right handbrake cable can grab in the sheath. Ssang Yong Rexton is a great choice for those who cannot afford to buy an SUV from more famous brands. What it lacks in prestige, it makes up for in generous equipment, versatility, good off-road capability, and acceptable reliability. The only significant remark is the problem with the availability of spare parts. It is difficult to find the right part on the market or from sellers of branded spare parts. You have to order it from official suppliers and wait for delivery. The service network is not too developed either.